Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home.
Welcome everybody to the Heal Your Hunger Show. So happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive. And this is episode 2 in a 3-part series regarding my experience with traveling recently in Europe. And this time I'm the interviewee. So if you listen to episode 1 of this 3-part series, you heard my guy, Jeroen, and he's Dutch. And he asked me some questions about my time in Europe. And it's really fun. We did it late at night, so it's a little silly. But this is part 2. And there is another part after this, and it's short and it's sweet, and I hope you enjoy it.
Welcome back to part 2 of Tricia's experiences in Europe, where in part 1 we learned that Tricia has a fetish when it comes to napkins. And she was stunned to realize that there was a whole country where people sort of feel lukewarm about the concept of napkins.
I don't know what they're wiping their mouths on, but okay.
Anyway, moving on. The next 2 countries that we visited after the Netherlands were France and Italy, and then France again. And so my question would be, it's like typically as somebody who grew up in Europe, I tend to think of Europe as culturally divided between a Northern Europe and a Southern Europe. I mean, I grew up when Eastern Europe sort of was behind the Iron Curtain and we didn't really think much about them. So Northern Europe, think of England, the Netherlands, Germany, the Scandinavian countries, and Southern Europe is, anything south of Belgium. So Belgium is a strange country in between, but let's say there's France, Spain, Italy, Portugal. So as somebody, who came from the US, did you feel a cultural difference between UK and the Netherlands on the one hand and France and Italy on the other hand? Do you sense like a shift in attitude between the people?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I didn't think about it consciously until you're mentioning it. I would say that that England and the Netherlands are a little bit more, I would say they are more precise, uptight, anal, exact, prompt, clean. I don't mean clean as a person, like their own person, but I just mean, the Netherlands is beautiful and pristine. Everything's clean. There's no litter. The signs on the road or everything's neat. There's nothing run down. It's incredibly pristine. And I mean, maybe I didn't spend enough time in Amsterdam because I was more in the country, which is more pristine, obviously, than a city. Mm-hmm. But I went to a small village, Aix-en-Provence, and it was a little bit more. It was nothing dirty about it. It just didn't have that same pristine feel. And I don't know if England does truly either. I was in London, but still, it's kind of orderly, very orderly. So maybe the orderly is the right word, not anal. And then Italy, I mean, everything's so old over there. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. And oh my God, we went to Sardinia, which is a beautiful, beautiful island in Italy. And it was so beautiful. So honestly, does that ring true for you, what I just said?
Yeah, I think you're sort of, following along with what the stereotypes are between Northern and Southern Europe, where the Northern Europe is slightly more organized, also maybe less emotional, less exuberant, less
right, or contained,
more contained. That's right. And the stereotype of Southern Europe is that people are more emotional, more expressive in their feelings, and slightly less organized.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah,
So I kind of nailed that one.
It was not a test, but if it was, you totally nailed it, sweetie.
Okay, thank you.
Which is there any single experience that sort of stood out to you as like, wow, only in Europe? In contrast to your experiences in the US. And before you answer that, I'd like to invite the viewers to join us in part 3, where we're going to answer the question on what Tricia found the most extremely different between Europe and the US.
Have you heard? The Make Peace with Food event is coming up just around the corner. Make Peace with Food is a 3-day online retreat where we will deep dive into the underlying causes of why you feel compelled to eat foods that you know aren't good for you. This is a beautiful, incredible, intimate experience with other people around the globe who struggle with food and weight, who are ready to get off the diet track and onto a real path of healing. So join me for the upcoming Make Peace with Food event. The tickets are crazy inexpensive right now. We have an early bird price going on. So join me by going to makepeacewithfood.live. Makepeacewithfood.live. Grab your ticket and let's do this.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to get free support, insider health info, exclusive invites to events, and more, visit healyourhunger.com.